Good morning, afternoon, or evening. My name is Cherokee McAnally, and welcome to another episode of Tumbleweeds. This week, we're getting into the weeds with cousins Lauren Ash and Christy Oxborough about their podcast True Crime and Cocktails. You may know Lauren as Dina from Superstore or as Scorpia from She-Ra. And if you don't know who Christy is yet, you are about to. She is an online investigative genius. With that, let's tumble on into the weeds.
I would love to hear some stories from your childhood. I saw a mention of a big fight. What was the fight about and who won?
I love it. I love you. You like that? I'm shifting in my. I'm getting ready. I'm getting
ready for it. Yeah.
So we are sisters by life, cousins by blood. We were drawing at the house, at our grandparents' house, and I spent a lot of time drawing a very intricate elephant.
Oh, no.
And then I showed it to Christy, and she was playing teacher, and she put a big check mark on the elephant, and my soul crushed. But then in her defense, she was like, "That's what my teacher does. My teacher puts check marks on things," and so that was the beginning of it. I don't know if you remember that detail.
I do not, and I'm appalled. Myself.
Lauren's like, it was 8:37 p.m. on a foggy evening.
Yeah. This is how it works. She will mention something and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I don't know." And she's like, "Really? Well, do you want all the details?" And it's like, I did not know.
So after this drawing incident, we got put into the car with one of our aunts, and everything was an argument. We got into it about everything. And this was precipitated by me because I was feeling my feelings about the elephant. And so anything Christy said on this car ride, I just contradicted. But here's the joke, is that I was wrong every time. We had never fought prior to this day, and we've never fought since. But that day in that car, we were hellions. We were at each other's throats.
Of all the research that you've done for the podcast, what is the most surprising or shocking thing that you found out?
I'm going to say the actual legit ties to the mob. We had talked multiple times about maybe there's a mob tie. We never know. But this one was we actually found a tie to the actual mob. So I was very excited about that.
The mob ties Christy's referring to, of course, are from Lady in the Lake is the name of the episode. And the other thing from that one that I thought was amazing that she found was that, again, in that case, the police had dismissed a bunch of people that came forward with witness information. One of the witnesses that they dismissed said that she saw a man in a scarf at the crime scene around the time that this crime apparently was happening. And the police kind of brushed that off. But in the evidence list, one of the items they found was a black scarf. And Christy found this and was like, "Oh my gosh, that's a direct connection to this person's eyewitness account that was completely discredited." And the other thing she found out that I thought was shocking was the police never tested that evidence for any sort of DNA, etc. And then a couple of years later, donated it, gave it to a secondhand store, got rid of it. So it's not even anywhere that they could try and look at it now. So that to me was such an amazing and truly terrifying piece of information because it makes it seem like, oh, the police were definitely in on that crime in some way.
Is there a mystery or something that happened you would love to unpack on the show, either in your own personal lives or something that was big news when you were kids?
We were talking about the Tsunami Spirits episode of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, and we have never had issues in our recordings ever. The sound is completely messed up. For some reason, this has never happened before. And partway through the recording, my entire computer just kind of shut down. And my boyfriend was like, "The cat peed on the floor." And I was like, "What do you mean the cat peed on the floor? He's never peed on the floor in 11 years. And then I go to look, and we keep the litter box in this closet, give him some privacy in there. The closet door was shut. That closet door has never been shut, ever. Ever. And it was literally all during us doing this episode that was very heavily about spirits and ghosts. And so then, as I'm wont to do, I had a conversation with them and I told them, you're not welcome here. You're lost. You're in the wrong place. Get out of here. But that's a mystery I'd love to solve.
So on the podcast, I hear a lot of punning and a lot of, riffing. I was wondering if you could make up an on the spot theme song.
Listen, I was freestyling in an episode, and I'm working on that for real, because I what just came out was I'd be remiss if I didn't reminisce about this. It's about us when we were little kids. That's the setup to like a hip hop song, and then I feel like I need to sample. Dun-dun-dun, 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 that's just the way it is, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Tonight
Yeah.
we're gonna drink some drinks. Come on, this is it writes itself.
You guys can have a podcast and an album that coincides with the podcast.
Oh.
Maybe make up a song about the mystery.
Oh yeah, each
These are free
episode.
ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, this is a good idea. What was her name? What was Matuk's first name?
Joanne.
Joanne Matuk.
Sorry.
Joanne Matuk, we're coming for you. We're gonna catch your killer if it's the last thing we do. Lauren and Christy are on the case. We're gonna do it even if it's a race to the end. Justice. We're gonna find it. Justice. Yeah. And listen, maybe some turntables. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that you do turntables like this, I would like to see that.
Listen, if Pharrell is listening, just we could do something beautiful together. That's what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna ask some Superstore questions, but Christy, I would love your input as well.
I will do my best. Yes.
Or even, maybe if you want to pop in and say what you think Lauren is gonna say,
Oh yeah, I love that.
Oh, interesting. It's like Newlywed Game, but
Yeah.
no,
Oh yeah. Oh, we would
Yes,
kill
okay.
at that game.
we would kill at that game. You're right.
Christy, answer first, and then Lauren, give your answer, so
Yep,
we can
sure.
kind of get both sides of the coin here. Do you have a favorite in-between scene from Superstore? Like the little cut scenes.
There's so many.
Oh.
There's like literally hundreds. I have one in mind.
Of course you do. I'm torn if it's gonna be the kid using the potty in the middle of the aisle, or the dude that like puts on deodorant and then just puts it back on the shelf.
So good.
Yeah.
The kid on the potty was going to be what I said. I'm not kidding. I should be writing these down so I can prove that this isn't a joke. And the fun fact about that kid is that the creator of the show, Justin Spitzer, that's his daughter. And then the other one, I was going to name, and it's so funny you say that one because it's so close to the deodorant one. The other one I was going to name was there's a scene where a guy goes into the baby section and he takes the breast pump and he puts it on and is like, huh. And then takes it off.
Yeah.
Which is very along the same line. So we're already winning
Yeah,
at this game. That's
yeah.
all I'm going to say.
Are you as into birds as Dina is?
She is not.
I am not. I very, very quickly, I will tell you though, I am a huge animal lover in general. Recently, there was a wounded bird in my backyard. I was like, we can't leave it out here. There's too many neighborhood cats. It will not survive the night. I tried giving it water, shelter, food, all of the above. And then I was like, I'll just watch over it. So I sat out there for like 40 minutes, just in silence with the bird because I felt so bad for the bird. The bird hopped down eventually. It walks over right in front of me. It looks at me and it literally does this. It literally goes, like looks to the side. So I follow its gaze and it swoops into my face. It literally dive bombed my face. And I ran inside and I was like, the bird is fine. The bird is fine. So anyway, long story short, too late. I don't have the affinity that she does. And certainly they do not have the affinity for me that birds do for Dina. I'll say that.
Do you have an equal obsession?
As far as like that level of obsession, but not birds, I'm gonna say Lauren's is Disney.
100% correct.
Disneyland,
100%
100%.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sickness. Yeah.
And Christy,
What would
do
yours
you have-
be?
Yeah.
Oh, what would mine? I'm probably gonna say Harry Potter.
I should have said it first because I was gonna say Harry Potter.
I mean, I was also gonna say Supernatural, but I'm trying not to think about it right now.
good
Yeah.
reason. We've been to a supernatural convention together. We went last year. The love is real. The love is real.
Oh,
I made a little slideshow of Tumblr content that I wanted to show you. So here we have a few birds. Bird Blur is huge on Tumblr. So I wanted to know, in your opinion, which of these birds has recently committed a crime?
I love this so much. Okay. Christy, do you have any immediate thoughts?
I mean, my first thought is that fake halo hiding something?
Ooh.
That was my instinct, but also I don't think you could ever trust a rooster. So I just my gut goes to Poseidon over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny because my immediate thought was that Halo is hiding a criminal. That was my first thought as well. And then my second thought was, but if you put a little trench coat on Poseidon, I think he could pass for a very short man. So my money goes on Poseidon as well.
These are all criminal birds. Which bird is innocent?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I want to pet it, I'm going to say that middle duck that's drinking the dog water. He's done nothing wrong. They have done nothing wrong.
Girl, I agree that the duck, to me, perhaps that duck does not read English. Maybe this is a French duck. Maybe that duck didn't realize that water was for dogs. You know what I'm saying?
On to some incorrect quotes. Which of these incorrect quotes do either of you or both of you think would be most likely to be on She-Ra?
Oh, these are all really good, actually.
I'm in love with the hugging range, I think.
That was going to be the one I said too. I think that one, I could actually see that on the show for real. But also the Sailor Glimmer one, 45 seconds, 4 to 5 seconds. I could see that one being on the show as well. They're all amazing though. So good.
Same for Superstore.
These are, oh my God, they're all good. These are so good. I think the first one there, the I'm not sick, she just thinks I need to do better. That is very funny and very true. And the most beautiful person in the world, I'm doing great.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, she would absolutely across the room like, I'm doing great.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
She is the most confident person I've ever met. Love
This was so much fun. Is there anything else that you want to say, plug before you hop off?
In a time of truly so much unknown and fear and all of the above, the thing that has really been a silver lining for me is that Christy and I have been brought together in this way, doing this podcast, and the response from people who listen has been like so truly heartwarming. Like we cry about it. Like the nice things that people say, it kind of reflects just like the goodness in people, like the humanity in people that, you know, we're all in this together. And if you want to come and laugh along with us and listen along with us for 90 minutes a week, we welcome you with open arms, because it's really been a true joy for us.
And it's a joy to listen to. It is so much fun.
So much.
It's been such a blast to chat with you. Thank you for taking the time and
oh my gosh,
getting
absolutely.
into the weeds.
Thank you for joining us. You can listen to True Crime and Cocktails wherever you stream podcasts, and follow intheweeds.tumblr.com for more. Hope to see you next time.